Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Tiabu and I am here for more treasure hunting. Second show of the day. First show of the day was real fucking weird. It was Gal and Dino, and I have no idea what to think about it, so I'm hoping to cleanse my palate with something a little bit different. This time, we've got Hamefura, or Bakarina, or... give me a sec here. This is going to take a moment. Otome game no hamatsu furagu shikanai akuyaku rejo ni tensei shitemashita. Shimata. My bad. It's a lot of a name. Yeah, I like Hamefura or Bakarina. Apparently Bakarina is because the main character is named Katarina and she's a baka. And that has become the known name for manga readers. And apparently this has a pretty nice user base or fan base of manga readers. This is a relatively popular manga. And as far as I know, the first of the, I guess, villainous genre isekai to get its time on the big screen. Or the small screen, as it were, given streaming and all that jazz. It's gonna be an isekai. It's by Studio Silverlink. I like Studio Silverlink. They're hit and miss, but usually they've got some good vibes to their shows. They do good stuff. It's being directed by Keisuke Inoue, who's I'm only familiar with from watching the first episode of Ao-chan Can't Study. Otherwise, unfamiliar with the director. And that's basically all I've got. I've heard it's a popular property. Hopefully they do it justice. Hopefully it's fun. I don't know whether we're expecting more on the comedic side of things or more adventure-y, but probably going to have a main character who, given the name Bakarina, will be named Katarina and be a baka, and she is somehow going to be turned into the villainess of a game world thing. Probably like not like an eroge, but like a romance VN type game. Probably. Or maybe a JRPG. I don't really know. Okay. So we're going to end up in a fantasy world, or we're already there, and she's going to be the villain, and she doesn't necessarily want to be the villain, but she's going to be anyway, and then maybe she'll commit to being the villain, or maybe she'll be trying to, duck her responsibilities as the demon lord, essentially, for this world, or whatever it is. Okay, sounds kind of interesting. Let's see how it plays with it. We'll see how it does, and whether it actually looks good, sounds good, feels good, gives off good vibes, all that stuff. I've got episode 1 of Bakarina up and ready to go. It's sitting at 0 seconds. There will be 2 versions of this reaction. You can find a picture-in-picture version with the video up there, linked in the description, and a timer-based version up on YouTube. If you would like to do a synchy thing and sync up your own copy of the first episode of Bakarina with the timer-based version, you can totally do that. Just get your copy ready because the beep beep timer to count you down to 0 will be coming at you right now. Canal? Water? Not our language. Okay, we're already in Fantasyland, and this is kind of Venice-inspired-ish. But weird and different. My next life as a villainess. Okay. I assume this is our girl. It's a good-looking CG horse. Ah, Magic Academy, where the game begins. Because you're the villain and you're destined to lose. But it's at a magic school. Okay, that changes things. So, probably definitely a harem-y VN. Right, I will reject my fate. And there's Hamefura. Kingdom of Sorcier. And it's looks like every isekai. Matches your eyes, though. She's the worst. Was he in the carriage with her? That voice actor. George. Voice actor. Question mark. Hello, other boy. Maybe he's a peasant. Oh no, he's a brother. Okay. What just happened? Is she gaining a new life? Oh, that's a Tokyo apartment. Ha? Okay. Okay. So there's our setup. She's actually a 17-year-old girl from our world who was an otaku, or about to be, who has been reincarnated into nobility. And she's like 10, probably? Some kind of blemish or mark. Yeah. She's just gonna agree to it. Without paying attention. Bruh. Yeah, you just agreed to an engagement. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, God. The mother's voice is also, I know who she is, too. Fair. Oh, we know she's not a Shotokan, so there we go. Was there? I'm the villain. And I'm doomed. Motherka. Alright, what do you remember from the game? So, she is enemy number 1. 4 love interests. Prince Jordo. His younger brother, Alain, whatever? Alan. Sure. Alright, so he's a big old soon. Jordo's the sadistic but cute one. Ah, so he's the one who was in the place. It's Kirito. It's Kirito. And then there's Bakarina. Oh, I guess the scar isn't there. Oh. Oh. They all end, yeah. All routes lead to doom. You're the villain. You're the villain. Inevitably. Is the OP? It is. So far, this is a lot of fun. A lot of exposition. But that makes sense. And we're on teacups. Facing off with the rival. And what the fuck? Bum 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 bum. She was carrying him and then he was carrying her. That's cute. Inside her mind, yeah. Solved. They're all cut up. Spineless, fearless. Happy. Let's just not go. All the different selves. Earth magic, okay. Wow! So powerful. I'm sure it can get more powerful. That's just the start. Could be harder than you imagine. Yes. Ah. Do you? So we'll just get stronger. Ah. She's just a different person. It's fine. Studying the magics. To converse with the earth? She. Oh, that tracks. That makes perfect sense. Oh, no. Right. So far, he's been great. So... Did you think it's really cool? Or did you think it's really funny? I super don't trust it. She really is a baka. That's her adopted brother, right? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. Great. I love this. Maybe. Play with him. Yeah. Just hang out a lot. Become friends. Thanks, Happy Rena. No objections. Aww. Okay. Hey. Her little farm is growing. She sure is. She is not very villainous at the moment. Aww. Up we go. Oh, jeez. Ow. was my first thought too. Oh no, he's fine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, her mother is so scary. Hmm. Is he super powerful or super weak? It's one or the other. Oh shit. It's a very villainous thought. Oh. Oh fuck. He's such an idiot. I love it. Okay. Is that part of his very lonely upbringing? It's because you asked. Aw, Keith. Keith is good boy. Alright, looks like we're gearing up for the ending. Ooh. Break it down. Break it down. What is this? The fuck? Oh, Earth magic about to go off. Uh-oh. He says the guy who's throwing rocks at birds. Fuck all y'all. Ugh. And breakthrough. And breakthrough. Come on, Katarina, breakthrough. Stand back. Where'd you get the axe? Here's Johnny? Please. 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 Please? Not quite. That's fine. It's a big fucking axe. Aww. Aww. Yeah, you don't have to be alone. Alright, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, and, like, Jordo is spying on them through a vent or something. Ah, fucking hell. That's just the end. Alright. I thought this was pretty good. I like it. Production-wise, it's not the craziest, most amazing thing I've ever seen, but it's passable or far beyond. Environment is definitely interesting. The setup is solid, and it has its tropey bits because it's supposed to be based on we're going to a magic school game where all these characters have histories, and you as the protagonist enter in. She just finds herself as the villain, the villainess, and through circumstances finds herself engaged to Jordo, the charming prince, who's a devil beneath. Okay. We didn't really get anything that would indicate that Jordo is evil, or a monster beneath, or anything like that. But we'll take her word for it, given her knowledge of the game world. Alright. What was this episode trying to do, and how well did it do? That should be the question that we circle back to. Introduce us to a world, a character, and the setup. I think most of that is established pretty rapidly and pretty effectively. As she goes through, and we find out about her life, and her reincarnation, and the remembrance of the reincarnation, and she begins to realize that this is that game. So, 17-year-old girl from our world, whoopity scooped into a video game world, a game that she happens to be familiar with, an otome game, 4 main character boys, and a heroine, and a couple of other people, and all routes appear to lead to her death, because she's the villainess, and so she's always defeated. I love the sequences of, like, inside her brain space with the multiple Katarinas arguing about stuff. I think that's really cute and really solidly done. Little stuff like farming, and it's kind of a play with the idea of, like, isekai hero comes from our world with all of his great salaryman knowledge and then uses that in order to make himself better. Like, oh, I understand how economies work, so I'll set up a more proper type of an economy in the nation, and suddenly wealth. But in this case, it's that she equates her grandmother talking about, like, conversing with the land via farming with the probably more metaphysical conversing with the land in order to up your magic, and starts doing this thing, farming, which is, one, looked down upon for a noble girl, and two, actually mostly useless. So she's trying to apply knowledge from her real life to the isekai world, and it's not really working. Her in-game knowledge is working, though, and that's what's important. Now, what's interesting is that it's as though the story is conspiring to force Katarina into the position of villainous, and she doesn't know how, or how she can dodge it. But she, as an individual person so far, has been pretty wonderful. And so I guess the big question that underlies this show is it possible for her to buck fate, right? Because effectively in the game code that she's now locked into, that she's now bound by, it is inevitable, it is deterministic that Katharina von Kleist, or whatever, will be defeated and exiled or murdered or whatever. But can she, through individual actions, through communicating effectively, apologizing when necessary, and taking the steps that she needs to actually reach out to people and solve these problems before they become problems, can she prevent them from becoming problems and prevent herself from being the villainess who ends up losing? I don't know. And I'm kind of curious. Kind of curious. It's an interesting set of questions. I like how we're playing with everything. I like the in her head multiple versions of herself. I think that's great. And I just like her. She's kind of a likable idiot. I understand now why people would call her Bakarina, because she is definitely an idiot. Totally a baka. Can't wait to see more of that. I am really looking forward to seeing her eventually grow up. I don't know how much time we're going to spend in childhood figuring out, like, the roots of all of the things that come to bear in the game that she's familiar with. But I'd like to see them grow up and start getting introduced to the main things. It seems from what we saw in the OP that we will end up seeing that kind of stuff. Like, there are a couple of sequences in the OP where she grows up. There's the white-haired girl that she seems to be with, who seems to be growing up with her, and they seem to be friends. And then there's the heroine, yeah, those two. And then they grow up. And then there's the heroine herself. And they're, like, seemingly working together and making cakes and shit, so maybe we don't have to be the bad villain girl lady person. Kind of hope not. Should be fun if we don't have to. All in all, unique setup for an isekai. Didn't feel like I was facepalming at cliches the whole time. It felt relatively fresh, and that's pretty good. I don't know if I love it. I like it. I don't know if I love it. It didn't have me, like, gut-busting laughing, nor does it have me totally falling in love with the characters, but it's also just a start. And I think it's a pretty damn good start. It hasn't grabbed me immensely, but I'd still be totally willing to watch more. Not necessarily committing to watching more, because I got a lot of shit to do, but I'd be willing to. This is pretty good. I think that's my take on Bakarina. We'll wrap there. I've been Tiabu. This has been Bakarina, episode 1. I hope you've enjoyed it as much or more than I have. If I missed anything or made mistakes about anything, let me know. Please don't spoil things. That would be helpful. And I'll see you next week for episode 2, maybe. Peace.